What am I going to do right now when it comes to Turbo? Because even though nothing I say is financial advice, a lot of people like to tell me, oh, wow, it's gone down by a lot. Take a look at even the idea of maybe 10 cents. It's around a 45x from here. So, yeah, a lot of people are telling me to give up, but nah, I'm not going to do that because the way you take a look at it is this. I'm totally aware that it's not doing the best as of right now, but this is not a specialized event where this is only Turbo experiencing this, right? I mean, there's a bunch of other projects out there that are experiencing this, and especially Turbo, being this meme coin that doesn't necessarily have the best use case, and also the fundamentals aren't really regarded as well as some other projects out there that aren't meme coins, especially during a time where the market isn't doing the best. The effects of it sometimes is a little bit more amplified in my perspective, but to me, I haven't forgotten about the days when it comes to Turbo, at least not too long ago. I mean, even if I take a look back in July, I'm not talking about, near the end of 2024, that January time of 2025. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, let's say we take a look at back in July. The market cap when it comes to Turbo was nearly 400 million. And right now, I get it again, we're sitting at around 150 million, but not too long ago, it was actually over a 2x from here. And granted, the sentiment when it comes to altcoins has not been doing the best ever since then, but I think if anything, it kind of showcased to me that I found it pretty fascinating that it was able to kind of even have that market cap without altcoin season. And also, keep in mind, like, even without altcoin season as well, in my perspective, near the end of 2024, we saw the market cap when it comes to Turbo was around like that 700 million range. So I just haven't given up because I feel like when it comes to this, I still like it in terms of its presence. Now, granted, it's not the best project out there fundamentally. I am not saying that because I don't think it is. But then at the same time, I don't mind because, sure, when it comes to my portfolio, I also believe in some other sectors as well, like more so of these utility driven projects. But at the same time, I also like these more sort of quote unquote like fun, more just kind of, interesting projects that may not necessarily have the best use case out there. Because I think, if anything, what Turbo did historically kind of showcased that sometimes even projects that don't have the best utility, we've kind of seen them move. So yeah, I just haven't given up. And then also at the same time as well, even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything, this is just my perspective. When it comes to just the concept, I think, of Turbo, what I like is that it is allegedly a meme coin created by AI, which, let's face it doesn't really mean too much, I think, in the grand scheme of things. I mean, it doesn't mean that it has these spectacular or, fantastic capabilities when it comes to the fundamentals. Yeah, I just don't think so. But it's just kind of like the whole vibe, I guess, overall, that, you know, I wouldn't mind. Because even though it doesn't have the best use case out there, I know that when I get into a project that's like this, it's not going to have the best use case out there. But then again, like I mentioned earlier on the video, I don't really mind because sometimes there is kind of this specific sector where sometimes a project isn't only just determined by the use case, right? Like for instance, we saw Shiba Inu or like a Dogecoin, historically speaking, and even as of right now, still being pretty massive. So again, I think there is kind of that specific niche, but then at the same time, I still like Turbo because when I take a look at, for instance, the statistics, right? I mean, allegedly, there's currently even over 65,000 holders slightly. So it's still not that bad, in my opinion, in terms of kind of the statistics of it. Now, a lot of people probably were thinking, oh, that's actually not that much. Well, actually, I think it's pretty impressive considering how the market cap is around 150 million and considering just the kind of pullback that Turbo has been having for quite some time now. Not that much time, but I'm saying like ever since July, we haven't really seen Turbo do that much in a positive direction. So again, considering all that, I still think it's pretty impressive seeing around 65,000 holders. Now, when I take a look at this, I just feel like, okay, I'm totally aware that my kind of outlook, sometimes people may think, oh, I'm not really doing anything that exciting because what I'm doing is I am dollar cost averaging once a month, and I know that sometimes may seem a little bit boring. However, this is just personally what I'm doing. So if let's say I'm dollar cost averaging into a project for a year, that's like 12 times, you know, 2 years, 24 times, 3 years, 36, and so on and so on. But then my perspective is that I'm only doing it for the projects that I like. Now, personally, for me as well, what I think kept me, not giving up when it comes to this whole time is that not only did I see the historical performance, not only do I see the amount of holders, but also when I think about, let's say, a meme coin created by AI, what do I often think about? I don't think about 10 different projects, right? I often think about kind of that turbo aspect because it's already become kind of a little bit synonymous with that specific niche. Now, it by no means is the most popular project out there, but then at the same time, if I think about that specific sector, I often think about that. It's like, for instance, if I think about, let's say, a project that is focused on data storage, I automatically just think about, oh, something like Filecoin or Jasmy. It's kind of like that. Or let's say when I think about tissue, I think about, Kleenex, right? I just automatically think about that. So yeah, it's just kind of like that sort of vibe overall. So then to me at least, when it comes to this, I like its positioning within that sector because, historically we've seen pretty good kind of sentiment when it comes to AI, at least when the market was doing pretty okay, I would say. And sure, again, Turbo doesn't have any of these fantastic AI capabilities, but then at the same time, just kind of the way it is sort of talked about, right? Again, a meme coin created by AI, just that kind of vibe. It could maybe hypothetically, I think, affect it somewhat. Again, that AI narrative, especially if there is, let's say, an altcoin season. And then also, again, a meme coin. There's some projects out there that have this meme coin vibe, and then still, people hypothetically like it. So there's still that niche, and then we kind of combine that with that AI aspect to a certain extent. So yeah, I just find that pretty cool, the concept overall when it comes to Turbo. Now, when is there going to be an altcoin season? Sometimes people like to ask me, but keep in mind, I have no sort of control over either Turbo or the whole market in general. Like, there's literally no way I can do anything to control any of that. So, personally, for me, it's just like waiting. I get it. It's a little bit boring, but what can I do? I can't do anything about it. It's like, for instance, if I watch the Super Bowl, I can't make any team win. Like, how? Like, the only thing I can do is just watch, right? I mean, of course, there's probably going to be a team that I, want to root for, but then I can't make them win, but then I also can't make them lose. Like, what can I do? Like, I can't do anything. I'm just watching, right? So it's kind of like this as well. I mean, I can't really do anything about the whole market, but what I can do, I think, is just control myself. So I am just literally, again, like I mentioned earlier on the video, just dollar cost averaging, waiting and staying patient. And, there's nothing else I can do actually. Because some people like to tell me, oh, if I pulled up the price chart and did this or did that, or I drew this triangle, then maybe this or that, I could try to figure out this moment. But again, like, there is no way I can figure out any moment when it comes to the charts because even if I did that, like, the market, first of all, is not going to care about whatever I have to do on that price chart. I mean, it's just going to look cool, I think, personally for me, but at the end of the day, I don't know what it really does. I'd rather just focus on the fundamentals, stay patient, and that's about it. And again, I feel like there's other things to do other than just check the portfolio every 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, there's, other activities like riding a bicycle, going to the park, hanging out with friends, watching a movie. I mean, there's a lot of activities, right? It's just not only this. I mean, that's the way to take a look at it. So, yeah, I just haven't given up. I'm still waiting. I mean, I'm going to be waiting anyways. Like, whenever there's going to be an altcoin season, I'm just waiting. I'm just still kind of, waiting, right? So, okay, if I have to wait hypothetically a little bit longer, I mean, what can I do about it? All I can do is stay patient, and that's about it. But I don't think I've seen an altcoin season during this cycle. So, yeah, I'm just overall staying patient, holding and waiting, and that's about it. But in the meantime, I'm just, again, not necessarily that concerned. I'm just staying patient, and that's about it. And I want to say thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I also greatly appreciate that. I'll catch you on the next one. It's been Lee the Captain. I'm out. Peace. Bye.